How'd you make it to this platform? How did you build the Antonio T. Smith Jr. brand?
How did I build the Antonio T. Smith Jr. brand? Well, the Antonio T. Smith Jr. brand is vast. Mexit News, which you're listening to me right now, is part of that. Mexit means middle class exit. The brand is everlasting and vast. But I built it through psychographics and empathy. The more I understand the audience, is the more that I am able to tap into that audience's psyche, and the more that I'm able to relate to that audience, because nobody wants a superhero that's perfect. So I frequently show my kryptonite, and I show what kryptonite does to me. I'm never perfect. Even right now, I'm supposed to be, and this crazy thing is, now of course in the editing process it'll sound better. The crazy thing is, my microphone right before this episode broke. And here's a crazy, I want to show this to you. Right before this episode, my microphone broke. Here's the microphone didn't break. The lapel part of it broke. So you have the piece here, two pieces. And here's one part of the spring. I'm not even sure if I can show you this. I've been working out so my arms hurt, but here's one part of the spring. I can barely lift my arms. Here's another part of the spring, which is just dumb. And then there's another part somewhere. So what you're seeing is audio cleaned up after the fact instead of perfect audio. But that's an Antonio Smith thing. I'm not necessarily concerned with being perfect in front of you. I'm concerned with delivering the best content in front of you. And I think I built my audience behind that concept. That concept of giving everything away, keeping it raw, keeping it real, with empathy, because, things happen. But I shouldn't happen with those things. I should always create a solution in the things instead of being created by those things. So let's see what else it says next.
It's most important to me because as a man, finding the true self and the true person, you just want to know who a person and who a man really is. How did you build yourself in the platform that you got right now? I really want to know.
Well, I kind of just answered that, so I'm gonna keep going. How did I build the platform and stuff like that right now? I just answered that. So I guess the question you just said before this one was pretty much the same thing. So I'll keep going.
Today is really discussing the habits, the 3 habits that you possess by everyday millionaire, and which can be adopted to transform me and the world into millionaire.
All right, so he's asking the question here: what are the 3 habits that I possess that allow me to be a millionaire? I have no idea what he's asking, but I don't have a 3 habits. I'm sure I could BS you and come up with all sorts of habits, but I don't care to. There's only one habit of a millionaire, as far as I'm concerned. That's discipline. Warren Buffett says you have the brains, you have the talents, and all of you were born with the brains, and all of you were born with the talent. You just lack the discipline to become a millionaire. So as far as I'm concerned, there are no 3 habits to becoming a millionaire. The number 1 habit of becoming a millionaire is discipline. You're going to work out like I could. This is one of my offices, and right next to me is a whole workout bench. My arms won't even move up because let me explain what I'm talking about real quick. I'm not allowed to work on ATS. ATS is the overarching reaching brand of the company. That's the company plus my brand. They kind of commingle. I guess it would be like Gary V, VaynerMedia, something like that. And I'm not allowed to work on my brand. We typically start work at 8. That means I start work at 6. I'm typically 2 hours early before everybody else gets in the office. And until I burn 500 calories. So until I burn 500 calories, I can't even clock in. And it's something I started recently. And the crazy thing is I learned that from reading Ready Player One. Ready Player One by Klein something. I don't remember his name right now. I'm so sorry. But Ready Player One, the protagonist got a little bit hefty inside of his haptic machine that allowed him to tap into the Oasis, and he put a permanent lockout that if he doesn't burn any particular calories, I mean not particular, but a certain number of calories every day, he couldn't log in. Well, I'm like, man, if a fictional character can do that, so can I. So right here, I mean you can't see, but I'll show it to you. And hopefully the camera lady, let me just grab this from you. And there it is right there, like literally right there is a whole decline bench with 240-pound thingamabodies. I'm sorry, camera lady. Sorry. Hopefully, I probably didn't put that back right, but we'll deal with that as we deal with it. There's no cuts here. All one take. Point is, that's discipline to where I'm not even allowed to clock in until I work out. Speaking of, right now, the time here, this is time of this recording is a Friday night. Everybody got off at 12 p.m. and it is now 7:45 p.m. and I'm back at the office. I went all the way home, came back at the office just to respond to Stradivari and his episodes. And I think that's pretty cool, right? There'll be no Mexit news without the idea of the discipline it takes to come back when nobody's here. Except for the camera lady, right? Nobody's here. That's what I'm talking about. Only habit you need is discipline. Any other habit, I don't know. Discipline is it. And that's all I want to tell you. Let's see what the next question is.
I am determined to be rich.
The middle class is not for me.
I need news that cares about me.
And not news that's gonna scare me or make me mad at another people group.
I need news without politics.
And I want news that will point me to the money.
This is the news where it happens.
The moments that change the world.
These are the stories we need.
The info that we care about.
We only give you news
that puts money in your pocket.
And the news
that gives us an advantage.
This is the work that continues.
Who we are today.
And what we can become
tomorrow.
That's it.
This is where news without agendas can lead us.
Your wealth matters.
This is why more perspectives
make us stronger.
And how our mission can inspire
tomorrow.
This is journalism that helps the world we live in.
This
is
Mexit News.